So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angel Faith A. Ramos, and today we are tasked to report the Chapter 7 along with my co-reporter Charilyn E. Sayson, Neysha Gadjali, and Allizsa Edino. And our topic is all about the nature of portfolio assessment. Portfolio is a systematic process and purposeful collection of a student's work to document the student's learning progress, efforts, and achievements towards the attainment of learning outcomes. So, portfolio isn't just a random set of work. It's carefully chosen and organized to show how much students has learned and how they've improved. So, it tells a story about their growth as a learner. In short, a portfolio is like a scrapbook of a student's learning journey. It allows them to showcase their talents, creativity, and even their hard works, while also helping teachers to assess their growth in a more meaningful way than traditional tests. So here are the differences in assessment outcomes between portfolios and standardized testing practices. So first, in portfolio, it represents the range of reading and writing students are engaged in. While in testing, assessment students across a limited range, assesses students across limited range of reading and writing assignments, which may not match what students do. So this means that in portfolio reflects the diverse work. Students does, like writing tasks, showing broader and deeper understanding of their learning journey. While in standardized tests, in standardized testing, it only covers a narrow range of tests, often not related to what students do in their daily learning. So that is the difference between the portfolio and the testing. Another is that portfolio engages students in assessing their progress and or accomplishing and establishing ongoing learning goals, while in testing, mechanically scored or scored by teachers who have little input. So this means that in portfolio, it encourages students to reflect on their progress and set their future goals. While in testing, tests are scored by machines or by teachers who have little influence with over the assessment process. And also, next is in portfolio, it measures each student's achievements while allowing for individual differences between students. While in testing, assesses all students on the same dimensions. So in portfolio, it means that it values individuality, meaning students are assessed based on their own unique strengths and efforts. While in testing, all students are judged in the same criteria without considering their differences and their learning styles. Next is in portfolio, it represent a collaborative approach to assessment, while in testing, assessment process is not collaborative. So this means that in portfolio, teachers and students work together in the process making it collaborate and it collaborative, making it collaborative and meaningful. Next is, while in testing, the process is not collaborative. Students simply take the exam and get a grade. Next is, in portfolio, it has a goal of student self-esteem, while in testing, student assessment is not a goal. So this means is in portfolio, the focus is on helping students learn how to assess themselves, improving not only their knowledge but their learning habits. While in testing, it focuses only on their final achievements or the score, and also it does not consider the efforts and improvement that the students made. Next is assessment improvement efforts and achievement in portfolio, while in testing addresses achievement only. Next, in portfolio, it links assessment and teaching to learning, while in testing, it separates learning, testing, and teaching. So the test treats teaching, learning, and assessment as separate activities, which can limit their overall impact on it could be limit the overall impact of the students' growth. So that is these are the differences between the portfolios and the standardized testing. So, portfolio contains relevant items from many different sources, such as composition of students in the form of essay, report, stories, presentation. And like what I've said earlier, portfolios are like folders where students collect different types of work to show what they've learned and how they improve over time. So this collection includes writing essays, projects, stories, research, investigation, representation, teachers' note, checklist, observation, and feedback. And also, it could be It could include the arts like photos, what else, drawings or paintings, and also it could be group work and performances. So those are the things that you can include in the student's portfolio or in your portfolios. So that's all for my part. I hope you you learned something, and thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, this is Neysha Gadjali. So, I know after hearing all of those words from Miss Ramos, maybe you're wondering, why use portfolio? Well, I'm here to answer that question. Let's go! Portfolio can be used in so many ways, but Johnson & Johnson 2002 gave us a comprehensive discussion on why to use portfolio. First on the list is portfolio gives students the opportunity to direct their own learning. So portfolios empower students to take charge of their own learning by allowing them to document their progress, to showcase their skills, and reflect on their growth. So through portfolios, students can use diverse learning styles, assess their achievement, and set futures for learning goals. Second, on why use portfolio is it can determine the student's level of achievement, which I agree, because I believe that portfolio serves as a tool to evaluate students' level of accomplishment by showcasing by showcasing their academic accomplishment, skills, and overall progress. So this makes portfolio an effective way to assess both the process and the result of learning. Okay, the third reason on why use portfolio, because by using portfolio you can understand how your students think, reason, investigate, organize, and communicate, which I agree, because I believe that portfolios provide a window into students' thought process and learning strategies. By showcasing their work over time, you can reveal how your students think, organize idea, conduct investigations, and communicate communicate their understanding. So I believe you will know your students more, right? Yes. The fourth one on why use portfolio, because portfolio can be used to communicate efforts, progress towards accomplishing learners' goal and accomplishment. So portfolio serves as a way for students to demonstrate their learning journey. So this allows teachers, peers, and even parents to clearly see how students are how students are growing and improving over time. So not just the teachers and the peers, but also the parents can see how their children are growing and improving. So yeah. So the last one on the reasons why use portfolio is that portfolios can be used to evaluate and improve curriculum and instruction, which I strongly agree. Why? Portfolios provide insights into how the curriculum and the teaching methods support student learning. So as a teacher, by analyzing the collected work, you can identify areas of strength and areas that needs to be improved. So basically, one big contribution of portfolio is to give students the chance to reflect and revisit on their performance over time. Now let's move on to the characteristics of portfolio. So learning outcomes define what to include and how to utilize portfolio. So there should be a clear reason on what to include and how to utilize portfolio, or how portfolio to be utilized. So purposes and targets must be constructively aligned to the teaching and learning activities and assessment as well. So Here we have an example of portfolio that reflects students' achievements in a particular, in a particular subject area. So, so a portfolio, so there should be a systematic and an organized collection of the students' work. So gathering of pieces of work should make a sample of students' work and not as exhaustive collection. So in basic education, portfolio is being collected at the end of the quarter for teachers' assessment and evaluation. So that would be all, and I hope I've answered your question, and goodbye.
Good day everyone, I am Charilyn Sayson. So, as tackled by the previous reporter, the portfolio is used to assess the students' learning and also their performance. Now let's move on to the types of portfolio. First is we have the showcase portfolio. It shows the best of students' best work. It is based on students' criteria rather than the teacher's criteria. So the purpose of this showcase portfolio, it shows a student's best work. So the students choose what to include and explain why it's their best. So it highlights creativity and of course individuality. It is great for the young learners, but as a teacher, it is hard because every portfolio is different. Next is we have the documentation portfolio. It displays changes, provide evidence about the student's growth. So the documentation portfolio, it is to use to track progress and growth of the students over time. So it includes samples like observation, checklist, and ratings from both teachers and students. So it also helps students see how they've improved and what they need to improve. Next is we have the process portfolio. It showed the steps or results of a completed project or task. So the process portfolio, or the purpose of this portfolio, it focuses on how a project or task was done step by step. So it shows the skills and thinking process used to complete the project. So as a teacher, it also helps us to identify strengths and areas for improvement in how the students work. Next is we have the product portfolio. So it is contains final product as well as detailed explanation. So it focuses on the final product, of course, from the word itself, product portfolio. It contains explanation of the product, but little or no information about how it was made. So it is good for showcasing the finished work in detail. Next is what we have, the standard-based portfolio. So this collect evidence to the students' achievement to a particular learning standard. So the standard-based portfolio, it is used to show how a student's work meets specific learning standard set by the teacher. So the purpose of this portfolio, it is used to collect and present evidence that proves the students has achieved a certain predetermined standard, like the standards to be met. So the students gather work samples or evidence that demonstrate their accomplishment for each standard. That's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am your reporter for the topic of elements of portfolio. I am your reporter, Allizsa C. Edino from BE Ed 2. So, introduction. Elements of portfolio refers to the individual components or parts that make up a portfolio. It's like the building blocks that create a complete picture of your skills and experience. Think of it as an organized collection of items that showcase your abilities and achievements. So what is a portfolio? A portfolio is like a showcase of your best work, skills, and achievements. It's a collection of items that you put together to demonstrate your abilities and experience to potential employers. So for the next slide, we have the best works portfolio. We have here subject area, which is science, mathematics, and language arts. For their individual student, the science is the best solution to scientific problem posed by the instructor. Review of a scientific article, work conducted, original hypothesis, formulated, position paper on a scientific issue, or journal entry from a long-term experiment. For the cooperative group of this science subject, we have the best scientific experiment conducted, project completed, laboratory. And for the mathematics, the individual student is the best solution to a problem posed by the instructor, description of how to solve mathematical problem, review of mathematics article, biography of mathematician, original mathematics theory developed, photo, diagram, or concept, map of mathematics idea investigated. And for the mathematics cooperative group, it is the best project completed, small business planned, and initiate. For the next subject, we have language arts, which is individual student, the best compositions in a variety of For each individual student, the best compositions is in a variety of styles, expository, humor, or theater. Creative, which is poetry, drama, short story. Journalistic, reporting, editorial, or reviewer, and advertising copy. For the language arts cooperative group, it is the best dramatic production, which is video project, TV broadcast, newspaper, and advertising display. So this table outlines potential portfolio entries for students in science, mathematics, and language arts categorized by individual and group projects. For the next slide, we have social studies. And for the individual group, the best historical research paper, opinion, essay on historical issue, commentary on current event, original historical theory, review of a historical biography, account of academic controversy participated in. And for the cooperative group, we have the best community survey paper resulting from academic controversy, oral history, compilation, multi-dimension, analysis of historical event, press corps interview with historical figure. We have the last subject area, which is fine arts. For the individual group, the best creative products such as drawings, paintings, sculptures, poetry, poems, dramatic performance. So for the cooperative group, the best creative products such as morals, plays, written and performed, inventions, though of the belt. So for this table suggests portfolio entries for social studies, individual and group historical projects, and fine arts, which is individual and group creative works. So the term best works portfolio is a bit redundant. It's actually more common simply call it a portfolio or a work portfolio. The word portfolio itself implies a collection of your best and most relevant work. And that's all for my topic. See you and God bless.